Hello and welcome to the top 8 of the Brighton Charity Joust with me, Rebecca Gillard, and joined as always by Richard Walker.
Hello.
Hello. And Richard, do you want to tell him who else is here?
No, not really. Let's talk about me. I'm on the left, I'm playing Star Wars.
And on the right? And you know what? I have spent so much of this editing thinking, oh my god, Star Wars is like Star Wars, and being really excited about this. But probably not as excited as one of the previous Star Wars people, Callum Gillespie, who's playing on the right. Or Gillespie. Is it Gillespie or Gillespie?
Gillespie.
Which one?
Gillespie.
Oh, why you've not introduced him? He's here!
Hi guys.
That fell flat.
You're terrible.
I know, I'm a terrible person. So Callum has joined us for this this commentary. He's playing Bara Wars. And yeah, it's Richard and Callum in the top 8. So I can just bugger off and I'll leave you guys to it, right?
Well, for all the value you obviously bring to commentating, who will notice?
That's very true. That's very true. I'm just going to sit in the corner and eat chocolate.
Maybe you could tell us about the setups.
Me?
Yeah.
It's your fucking game. Go for it.
We will comment on our setups after you do the thing.
Okay. So, Richard, you have set up with Great John and Lewin. And Callum, you've set up with Celise, Fiery Followers, and a Rose Road, which doesn't seem optimal.
I can't even remember if I mulliganed in this game.
I think you both did.
Yeah, I can say I must have, because setting up 2 cards is bad for Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm generally looking for one of my big 7-costers.
Which 7 costers do you run in this? If we're allowed to know, is it like Eurotech or something?
Oh, no, certainly not anymore.
It's jank. It's definitely jank now.
So I've got Bob, King, Stannis, and Big Mel.
Okay.
All that king tech.
Yeah, 3 copies of each.
So why wouldn't you run that at Euros now?
It's just no. In testing, it's just been absolutely dying to everything, especially Tyrell.
Yeah.
Mace is just better and quicker.
Tyrell is the problem.
Yeah.
Have I ever mentioned that? I don't think I've ever mentioned that in any of my videos.
You're going to turn into Martin Lewis.
What, and have a midlife crisis? I'm not that old.
I don't know. Your next big birthday's 40. I mean...
So, I flipped Wind of Winter.
You did.
To Callum, Time of Plenty. Bit aggressive from the outset, but I've got some strong Intimidate on the board. He's going to restand if I win a military. And Callum doesn't have a lot of military on the board.
So you are going first, so this would be a good opportunity for you to really, well, knock Callum back and hopefully get his board down a bit smaller. Yeah,
I just want to sort of control the board a bit and intimidate it down and just make sure that Callum knows that I'm the top dog in this. I'm the big dog in this yard.
Hey, I mean, you've both done very well. You've both made top 8.
True.
It's good.
That's a good observation.
Yeah. I'm just observing. I didn't make top 8. In the proper one.
Yeah, you beat us both in the other one, though.
Yeah, I did. Just rub it in. Yeah, I did. Oh, we need to do a thing. Callum, shout outs.
Oh, what, to Alan and my mum?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So the Callum that's with us, it's the Callum that we talk about, Callum's mum, who sits and watches his every game. She'll be so excited that you're commentating.
That might be one word for it.
Excited.
And Alan,
yeah. I'll definitely have to send him the link to this.
Laura
will have to show him how to access the link.
I love the idea of your granddad sitting watching this. He's like, that's my boy. What are these card things?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There you go, you've done your shout out.
Callum, you look so thin in this video.
Yeah,
not a hint of a double chin.
Yeah, no, someone's been slagging me off for weeks now, haven't they, about this double chin?
I don't know what I'm
about. One bad photo and that's it.
You never lived that down, mate.
No.
It's fine. Like, with the camera angle from above, like we discussed, we discussed taking photos from below, it gives you the double chin look. But from above, you look lovely and slim.
I look majestic, don't I?
Yeah, you always look majestic, Callum.
Almost holy, like you've got holy light upon you.
He does. I mean, look how dark you are, Richard. You're like some evil, nemesis in the corner. Dead. I know, I'm very sad you're not wearing your White Walkers t-shirt for this.
Aww.
Disappointing, Richard.
So, marshalling turn 1. I play Grey Wind.
You do?
And a dupe for Great John, which isn't great, really. I mean, I had a King's Road. This isn't really that good for me, but it seemed to be worse for Callum because you can't put any military icons out. So that's really good for me. That allowed me to put pressure on with Grey Wind bite your chud, maybe.
Yeah, waiting to see if Callum wants to trigger the begging brothers here.
Yeah, so this is my way of thinking, right, he can either block the kill or stop the Great John trigger.
Yeah.
So, what was your thinking behind stopping the chomp?
Simply that I can't take... I didn't feel at this point I could take effectively three claim in military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, there's no power to steal, so...
So it's just intrigue and military I'm going for.
And, Richard has absolutely no economy. I've got 2 Rose Roads and the Stone Drum, so...
They look good.
And I've got a lot of kingdom plots, obviously.
Stone Drum, the one way if there's a kingdom plot, you gain a gold, is it
Yeah,
1 gold?
you get +1 gold, yeah.
Okay.
Of either player, so... It's quite nice. Obviously, I would have liked to have got something big out to try and compete against Great John. But I think I'd be taking 2 military claim, mate, either way here. Even if I got a bob out, you just go in with both, and I still have to take 2 claim military, I think.
I think putting more of the lower cost ones was the right idea. Like I say, you were going to be taking 2 claim anyway, most likely, so at least you had the characters to be able to take the claim.
And knowing what the type of deck is, I was expecting a marched or something like that in the plot lineup. So especially with wars as well, it just gives you that so much flexibility in being able to run those kind of
Playing 3 extra plots is good, right?
It's super good, yeah.
Because you guys have been testing your decks against each other as well, so you must have a pretty good idea of what was in each other's decks.
I think Richard knows my deck card for card. I don't think this is the first time I've played against this deck.
It was, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you could say that Richard had an unfair advantage.
Yes. I mean, I even played Callum's deck in a tournament once.
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
didn't you? Did you do alright with it?
No? Maybe? I think I went 2-1.
That's acceptable.
I got rid of a Taste for Flesh and a Roaming Wolf pack.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I saw you getting rid of Taste of Flesh.
Yeah. Obviously, I like the card in my hand better. And I have no economy on the board, so obviously Roaming Wolf pack.
Yeah. Isn't very affordable at the moment.
No, and I'm feeling like if I want to intimidate with the military challenge, Great John is better at the moment for doing that rather than Grey Wind.
I was thinking more the Taste of Flesh. So, did you get rid of that one because you can be using Grey Wind to chomp off the chuds?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
I expect so.
And you prefer to use them to
Either
chomp
that
the
or I
chuds?
have no more wolves in hand.
Yeah. Also makes sense.
I'm not sure what Callum's going to play here. He lost Alded the Fury and the Siege by the Guard from Intrigue Claim. So that's another good thing that I had there, 2 claim Intrigue, which hurts you.
Yeah, certainly. There's not a lot of...
Although there isn't anything on the board at the moment that you could A, Alded the Fury, or B, Siege by the Guard. So you're not too fussed at the particular card going.
No.
On the plus side, getting that unopposed power challenge back,
Yeah.
It's kept you sort of the same power-wise.
Yeah, certainly. Basically, at this point, I think I was worried about another 2 claim plot coming down. I would ideally like to play coppers here, so I can try and draw one of the 3 milks for Great John.
Yeah.
Because I'm really burning through your resources here, because you're having to lay down characters who are dying, and then you're losing cards as well.
Exactly.
And you've played 3 economy cards, which means the cards in your hand are obviously not of supreme quality.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's pressure.
Yeah.
And I take a lot of time.
You do.
Probably the longest all day. Because I know against you I need to get it right. Otherwise I'm being mugged off on my own channel.
Callum, were you tempted to call a judge for time here? I mean, Richard is taking a ridiculous amount of time, right?
We're far too generous, I think, to each other in that regard, aren't we? Because we play each other's, pretty much every week, don't we? So there's no real... I know Richard's, if he's taking his time for something, then it's for a reason.
Yeah, he's not doing it deliberately.
Yeah.
And it's always plots, isn't it? I always take the time on the plots of anything else. Challenges are fairly straightforward.
So, talking about the plots, do you want to talk us through it? Callum, do you want to tell us?
Yeah, so I've played King of the North.
Yeah.
I believe it's because I've got a bob in hand, if I remember correctly.
Well, you're going to have 8 gold.
Exactly, so I can get Bob out.
There you go.
There's Bob.
Did you feel it was a little bit risky putting Bob out without any dupes or anything?
yes, but I don't. I think at this stage I've just got to get a big.
Yeah.
I've got to be able to get something on the board.
Stop hemorrhaging characters.
Yeah, and I can kneel out quite a lot of. I can kneel out a lot of my characters first to bump Bob's strength.
Yeah.
So if I get enough out, I might be able to defend the military.
And one character is probably the best way to deal with famine.
Yes. Yeah. I was hoping you weren't going to see any economy, but
I'll play Passing the Black Gate.
So you played Passing the Black Gate, but then... because King of the North, so you couldn't use the Hartree Grove.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I kind of wanted to get a character out. Even though I can't trigger Bran, it's another icon.
Yeah. One more flexibility.
So this is, a little bit sad for me. True Claim plot, wanted to put some pressure on. Was hoping Callum's hand was bad enough that he'd have to go toward the card draw plot instead of a high gold plot. And yeah, I think it's fair to say that it hasn't worked out exactly the way I wanted it to. So that's sad for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You can shoot up in power here. No doubt you're going to use Bob Intimidate at some point.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to think now is... I want to do the military, I think, with Bob at this point. Or I'm thinking about trying to get a military challenge of my own through with Bob.
Yeah, you're getting your guy now ready to power him up.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to do the maths.
The thing is, you kind of need Richard to be kneeling out some of his cards anyway, which at the moment he's not doing.
The less I kneel out, the more reluctant you're going to be to...
Exactly, but I think I've now got the board into a position that you can't win the military. Because Bob's at 7, I've got the fiery followers for 9. Plus, as soon as you kneel a character...
He's just going
to
increase and increase.
So really you need to stop here, Callum, and then let Richard attack you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to just have to accept that I'm going to lose the intrigue and the power.
So I expect what I do is win the intrigue to avoid surprises.
Yeah.
And try and tempt you with a little power challenge, 2-claim power challenge.
Yeah.
And if you block that, then I can military you, and you almost definitely would block that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now watch us proceed to throw that plan.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks now, hasn't it? Since
it's been over a month. That's how long.
Is it?
Is it?
Oh my, that's slow. I'm sorry. I'm slow at editing.
I mean, this deck, Stark Wars, isn't my own creation as such. It heavily derived off a deck made by Chris Mewson of the Netherlands. And he loves dogs. So I sent him a message saying, I want to play dogs. And then, and this deck was born. I made a few changes to his deck to my own liking. And, so I'm going to give Chris credit where credit's due. Like the deck, good deck.
Oh, he's got you to top 8.
Yeah.
I thought Callum was going to go in fiery followers, and I was like, he's going against the plan!
I think I was tempted to, and then realised...
it was daft.
Yeah, I realised I would have lost pretty much every challenge on the return.
Okay, it's interesting.
I was surprised Richard only went in with the 1 here.
I think...
Just to get the unopposed maybe a bit more, but...
Thought maybe I could get Dom? I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose by doing it this way you're getting Dom as well.
Fiery followers, though. Or 3 stand.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't want power on his house card for me to steal next turn.
He's already got power on his house card for you to steal.
Another siege by the guard and a King Stannis gone from the intrigue claim. So this is good for me, I think, because he got 2 cards left.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. Looks like 2.
Looks like 2.
Yeah, so you I think you're almost forcing me to play a draw. I'm at this point. I'm hoping if you have got another 2-claim plot, it's probably game over.
You think?
I think you'll struggle.
I think Bobby's very strong because if you can go first, you can make sure characters are knelt out, and you can avoid the military challenge as long as you can stay in the game.
Yeah.
Power wise. I mean, Bob's the problem because this iteration of my deck definitely didn't run Valar Morghulis. iterations of the deck afterwards have, to varying success. So I didn't have a way in the deck of just getting rid of him and Valar.
Right.
Otherwise, this isn't so bad. At this point, I could have Valar'd, kept Great John. He would have still had his standing ability, and you'd have nothing on the board except lots of economy, but 2 cards plus whatever you drew.
Exactly.
So this would have been a good time, perhaps.
So do you feel at this point, Callum, that Richard might be Valaring? Are you choosing a plot, based on that?
I didn't feel that Richard would Valar here, I don't think, just because he's got Bran on the board, and I know that it's heavily based on the dire wolves and things, so
okay.
I wasn't expecting a Valar. So I think I went for Filthy just because I knew it would, if he did Valar, then I can just kneel out whatever remains.
So this, for me, is interesting. One of my hardest decisions. Because
I was surprised you played Marched, to be honest.
Well, I figured with fewer characters on the board, Bob's strength has a lower ceiling. And without doing anything drastic, like Valar D, which doesn't help me, would both be down to 2 characters. So I figured March would just get the board down a little bit more, still tempt him to play out a bit higher cost characters, which means Valar D would hit. And me going first and triggering Callum's plot meant that I could march whoever he knelt and keep my tempo game on. Because if I march a theoretically lesser character like Maester Luwin or Bran, then I've got 2 characters standing and knelt Greatjon. Although he is duped, and that's what made the decision hard.
Yeah,
because now I've lost a duped character.
Yeah.
I was surprised that you matched him. I'm guessing that before Cam's plot was revealed, you were going to go with Luwin.
Probably, maybe.
You can get him back with Summer, can't you?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, or him or Bran, because Luwin gives Bran immunity to plot effect, which is valuable. Which you may or may not see later. So this is also good. I've now got 3 wolves out with the Wolf Master Bran. Give me a lot of control with
flexibility.
Yeah, with 2 intimidate characters on the board, which may be another reason why I let Great John go.
Yeah.
So I'm still maintaining that. And of course, Luwin has 2 icons, which means I can bring in Nymeria and as many dogs as I like to get that intimidate off.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've got a bit of control in my challenge phase, and then I can kneel Bran to stand Nymeria and do it again if I want.
Seems good.
Bob's got some protection.
Is that bodyguard?
Yeah. I think it's because I was worried about the Valar, but it also opens up for me to potentially Valar.
Yeah.
And
you've played that with the Iron Throne, haven't you, this turn?
Yeah.
That's important. Because it just stopped me running away with little doms here and there.
Yes, the Iron Throne, yeah, definitely.
I'm assuming you're running Chamber as well then?
Yeah, it's about the only way you can win in other ways, with maybe getting a lot of renown on Bob or Stannis. But it's very difficult to win without the table and chair.
So your deck's mainly based on table and chair then, plus characters to support that?
Yeah, so I've got King Stannis just to keep anything knelt after I win Dom that is non-loyal. I've also got Big Mel, just so I can look at an opponent's hand, which is so good.
Horrible.
But then also being able
I think
to
you
just
meant
go.
horrible.
It's so good. But also just being able to pick those key characters out and putting them in the dead pile.
That's just mean.
In the past, it's I've got a couple of King Balons, some Eurons, mountains.
Yeah.
So it just gives you that.
I guess some of those cards are less viable now. In King Stannis is good with King in the North, but kneeling non-loyal characters is going to become fewer and far between because Breaking Tide can also get rid of your Iron Throne.
Yeah, exactly, and that's one of the biggest problems this deck has at the moment is Breaking Ties.
It's a very strong plot, isn't it? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think the fact that, for example, in the game against me, Richard was able to play Summer, get a card back to hand, then use summer to send one of my bigs back to hand, flea bottom back in, and do it again. So he's just got like 2 triggers off of, you know,
2 summer triggers and 2 of your guys off the board.
Yeah,
it's just the maths as well in the challenges, because you can trigger it in the challenges phase.
Yeah.
You know, just being able to go, well, you know what, I'll kneel this loyal character to do a military challenge. Even if it's only a 2 or 3 strength character, if your opponent doesn't defend it or doesn't overblock it, they're going to take military claim, and then you're going to breaking ties to get rid of the chud or something that's less important.
It opens up quite a few options.
So you imagine if you had breaking ties now with a couple of loyal characters out.
Yeah.
You know, you would just
get rid of the followers, get rid of Crescent, March Bob,
yeah.
So I'm doing a military with a wolf and an intimidate wolf, allowing you to, you know, do the math with Nymeria and Shaggy Dog. That will get me to 10 strength.
I think the concern here, though, is I know you've been running Taste of Flesh.
That is the point of the deck, yeah. 3 Taste for Flesh, that's what I was trying out.
So I would be very, very nervous about defending against this.
Yeah, so I think I've done the maths right.
Yeah, so Bob's on 5. If the other 4 characters knelt, he would be on 9. 5 followers would make it 11 strength.
Yeah.
So I don't bother bringing the other dogs in, because why bother?
Yeah.
But what this does allow me to do is to get the other 2 challenges off, because I can kneel Brand to stand Grey Wind, and then I can do a challenge with Grey Wind, either Power or Intrigue, and then a challenge with Lewin, threatening Nymeria and Shaggy Dog every time.
Exactly.
So I expect I'll be able to do the Intrigue, Intimidate, Crescent, get an unopposed power.
So, were there many Stark Wars at was Dockside recently, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, was there many Stark Wars at Dockside? I feel like there was people playing dogs there, wasn't there?
Chris Mewson was playing dogs there. Chris Sweeney was there playing Dark Reign, which I expect was dog because he loves dogs. And there was a guy that finished in the top 8, Dark Fealty, that played dogs too.
Okay.
So dogs are good. Dogs are viable. Taste for Flesh make them powerful.
I think the fact it's 0 cost, so you just can't predict if it's coming or not. You can't, you know, see there's a gold and think, oh, they might have Winter is coming. Taste of Flesh, it's just like, right.
It's the card they needed
It's
to make them viable.
Stronger.
I think this is a mistake. I don't know why I gave them blue. Probably because I wanted to kill Crescent. Fine.
Yeah. I think even at that point, it was just that I need to know if, you know, if you've got it, I need you to play it so it's out the way.
Yeah.
Crescent isn't doing much for me at the moment.
That's 2 down.
Exactly. And like I say, I just felt Crescent isn't going to be doing much for me at all in this game. Yeah, you've been
happy to see that go.
Yeah, I bet.
But you're playing that.
Look at your face, looks so relieved, Richard.
Yeah.
You're remembering your fire followers.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I don't miss triggers, you know that.
Yeah. You've certainly never missed a feast for first trigger.
No,
Never.
how many times was that in one game? Like 2, 3?
I think I missed it about 2 games in a row. Maybe 3 in a row.
It's fine, you didn't put the plot in there to help speed up the game or anything.
No, not at all.
You remember the Great Kraken Gate, don't you?
Great Kraken Gate?
Nationals, yeah.
At Nationals, where there's a winning in the cup. And I missed a Great Kraken trigger, and Callum said, go on, take it. Because he's smashing me. He's like 9-2 up, 9-3 up.
Right.
Yeah.
And fast forward 2 rounds later, and he played Wildfire, and I played Clash.
Yeah, and you top draw that bloody
Top decked Esgred. And stealthed his only power icon for Great Kraken, unopposed, renowns with other characters.
And you win, you get dead on to 15.
Yeah, baby.
Rather than 14.
And then you weren't sure if you were in the cart.
Well, they kind of changed. There was all a big faff, wasn't there?
Yeah,
The
Liam was
Jousting
panicking.
Pavilion had gone down or something, so they weren't sure if it was going to be a top 8 or a top 16.
But we both got through.
But we both got through. I got smashed in the first round.
I didn't.
I just invaded your map, didn't I, with locations?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I think I had 17 locations out by the end of the game.
Bloody hell. You wouldn't like PD, would you?
No.
So this is interesting.
Oh.
Vala into
Time Falls.
Time for Wolves. So you had the dupe on Bob, and you thought, I'll wipe your board. My board was good to be wiped.
Lewin was
I
good
forgot
though.
about it, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I did wonder. So Lewin meant that Bran's immune to opponents' plots, so Bran stayed alive. And Richard there triggering his own plot to go and get Summer, which then lets him bring another card back to hand.
Yeah, so to do this, I had to go first, trigger Callum's plot first, and then trigger my own to get Summer out.
Yeah.
And
you've
I bring
got
Lewin back to hand. Because immunity is good.
Apparently so. And unexpected, if you go by Callum's reaction.
Yeah. It's because we've not seen much Stark about, to be honest. It's just
You forget.
you just forget about that kind of thing, don't you? Sometimes.
But I mentioned the other day, I think it was George Anchors, we were talking about Fire and Blood. And people are still amazed to this day when you play Fire and Blood on a character and shuffle them back into your deck. They're like, what are you doing? What? Don't you go into the discard pile? Like, no, it doesn't. It goes into your deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only done that once or twice. Luckily, only in practice games. But
So I've got a bit
this
of
is
negative
risky.
body language going on. I've crossed my arms and I haven't played out any new characters. I've got nothing that I could play out with 6 gold other than Mace to Lewin.
yeah,
Well, 6 gold.
I think you've kind of gone through a lot of your cards at this point, haven't you? So
I've got 1 card left.
Oh dear. It's where it's like winter is coming or something. Not that it
You
matters.
laugh, but Winter is Coming is often always the last card because you obviously don't play it out. But Bob Delone, you obviously didn't have anything either with your top deck. But you're going to save the kingdom.
yeah,
So this is where, is it 2 cost?
yeah, 2 cost.
Yeah.
Neil a strength 3 character or lower. And then if you win Dom, you can pay a gold to bring it back to hand.
And that character can't then stand, can they?
Yeah, only in the standing phase. So
Yeah.
if you can find a way of standing it in the challenge, any other phase,
Then you're fine.
yeah, which is a little bit frustrating with it.
Especially when you're up against Plaza of Pride and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it depends on what you're playing against as to how effective it is.
It's still good against Targ. You know, if you want to discard a card to stand a dragon to use Dracarys,
Because cards aren't infinite.
yeah, exactly. I'm kind of happy with that, I think. But yeah, at this point, I just felt it was more. I didn't want him to stand so he could get the intrigue challenge. I wanted Richard, to have the choice of he either does the power challenge, which I'm just going to block with Bob. You know, I don't want him to get all 3 challenges. So.
And you're winning Dom there, so you're getting Saving the Kingdom back to hand. And that's your only card in hand at the moment.
Yes.
So you're both very short of cards.
Yeah.
Coppers from you both?
Could be.
Yeah.
I mean, you've basically
We've
got
both
the
got
same
resources
economy.
to play out cards.
Yeah, I've got 6 gold on a copper's turn.
He got more resources though. He got like 4 economy locations to my 3.
But you've got an extra character out.
I've got an extra character.
In fact, you've got 2 extra characters out,
Well, yeah.
one of which is duped.
So I'm okay for military claims. I just don't have a lot of challenge punch.
Yeah.
If Callum goes first, I could be in trouble.
Yeah, potentially.
If you've got
I mean,
character.
you're very close in power totals, so...
Yeah, this is the key point in the game. It's a very important point of the game. And this plot,
Plot this is, can we plot 4? 3?
I think we've had 4 now.
4. So yeah, this is either 4 or 5.
Because I got rid of Great John on plot 3 because he wouldn't Dan trigger again.
That was it, yeah.
So I think this is plot 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, close
We're
call.
both close call.
So we both want an extra character alive and draw from it, I guess.
Yeah, well, I need to move one of my... Oh no, I haven't got Mel there in the discard, aren't I? I just...
I let you pick.
Yeah, I think that's how far ahead you were at this point.
I figured, I think I had 3 Grey Wind and 3 Nymeria in the deck, so it didn't really matter which
Right.
one. So
It's always the way when you close call one. It's like, I have a choice between 2 really important characters. I'll choose this one and you'll draw the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Very frustrating.
Yeah.
But
I distinctly remember a game against Costas in the Northampton Regional, he playing Tyrell, and he close called, he had a few characters and he thought, alright, I close call Randall, and he top decks Randall and a Renly's Ride. And he was going first, and I was so sad.
oh, that's quite the top deck.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's skill in the game, but sometimes just blind luck. Just getting that really lucky top deck.
Lucky's good.
Exactly. So I'm not happy that you've just got the Sire.
What? You don't want him to have stealth?
Yeah, see, this is one of the changes that a lot of people have made to Star Wars since the event, and because new Arya has come out. She has an intrigue icon, which is pretty good for start.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have the stealth. No.
But she does have something very impactful, doesn't she, Richard?
Yeah, she can do.
And very annoying.
I'm still not sure which one I prefer in this deck. Because core Arya, not only does she protect herself, she gives you stealth in that all-important power challenge.
I personally feel like new Arya has such a massive impact on a game. If I'm playing a game and someone puts the new Arya out, it completely changes how I'm going to play my game. Because my dupes no longer matter. So I have to basically wait for her to F off before I can put out the characters that I'm concerned about keeping alive, which really slows down my gameplay. So, I mean, I don't know how you guys have found it, but for me, new Arya is horrendous. What on earth are you doing, Callum? You're like eating your shirt.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
are
a bit
Are
peckish.
you that hungry?
Yeah, a bit peckish.
it's a stress tell.
It is actually, I think. Yeah, it's...
Oh
Not
dear,
happy.
you're not happy.
He's like, oh, no cards in hand.
Oh, he's jiggling the leg. That's the sign we talked about. When Callum starts jiggling his legs, he's pissed off.
So he doesn't want to take the military claim. I still think Arya's stealth power is very, very important because you need to win challenges at the end of the day. And it's much easier to do that with a stealth character.
So do you think that you'd, if you're playing Stark, use core over new Arya?
No idea. I'm still juggling between the two.
Yeah. And you don't want to give away secret tech for Euros.
I don't have the answers, I'm afraid.
Fair enough.
So what are you two considering at Euros?
I'm definitely 100% playing Tyrell Wars.
I'm definitely 100% playing Lanny Klansman.
Really? Yeah, I'm probably playing either Stark or Targ.
Yeah.
Winter is coming.
Yes.
On the power challenge, right?
Yeah, it's strong.
That really put the pressure on.
Strong.
You looked really sad then, Callum.
Yeah.
You took your power off, and then when you played, he was like, I have an action. And you were like, oh.
Yeah.
Sadness.
Yeah, I feel like at this point the game was running away very quickly from me.
It's just being unable to get characters on the board.
Yeah.
It's so early to claim plots. Like, you know, I have the joy of playing Richard weekly.
I took them plots out. What are you talking about? I know what I'm going to play here.
Okay.
And I'm going to play PD.
Okay.
I'm almost 100% sure. Because I have the better board. I can afford to lose one of my economies. And I think it will hurt Callum a lot here. Because even
and
if
you're
he does
giving
top...
it like spoilers, Richard, spoilers.
Well, no,
I'm not playing.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think I know what I'm playing. Anyway, who gives a shit?
You are correct. You did play PD.
Yeah. And it's probably a great time to play it as well.
Oh, no. That's a good time to play it, but also a horrible time to play it. So, well, I mean, you can keep 2 of your rose roads, right? You can have 4 gold.
Or do you keep an Iron Throne?
Well,
I think you need the gold to play things out, right?
And I've only got 2 Iron Thrones in this deck.
You discarded one already.
And one's already gone, which was probably a mistake last turn. I should have just duped it rather than letting it go for the injury claim.
Yeah.
Who plays PD?
Yeah, exactly.
We've now
I think
seen...
it's becoming more popular, though.
I'm going to say, when you've got 3 extra plots in your plot deck, why not put a location control plot in?
Oh, you're getting rid of the Iron Throne.
Yeah, like you say, I at this point I probably have to. I need the gold.
Yeah.
I might only have... Well, I might not have any characters, and I know I've got the Saving the Kingdom still in hand, I think.
Oh, yeah. So that could help with... you've got rid of the Ara problem. Could help with the Bran problem.
Exactly, yeah. So it's just another... I can just alternate each turn controlling those characters.
Yeah.
But then there's 3 others.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have anything like Scene in Flames in this deck?
No.
Well, you've got Melisandre for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't need the kneel trigger from the event, so it just becomes a look at the card and discard which is
one.
okay, but
I have thought about it, especially with Targ, kind of with all their burn now. When I first started playing this deck, Targ couldn't burn through all the 7-costers. They had
But New
Danny and Consuming Flames is now out, so yeah. But it's mainly New Danny, to be honest. It was still fine with when Consuming Flames came out. You could kind of get around it, but with the New Danny, with Dragon is No Slave, Astapor, just all of that burn.
It was like I think I played Richard. Was it last night, the night before, and he played Targ against me, and he played Blood of the Dragon, and I put out a 2-coster, 2 strength, sorry, and obviously the 1 strength because of the plot, and he played Dragon is No Slave, which I hand judgmented, which I don't know, handling whatever. But because he played something, he could still react to Danny.
Yep.
And he's like, but I cancelled it. And he was like, yeah, but she's
just played.
Still dead.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? It's really annoying.
If you can't. I note that I've marshalled Hodor.
You have. This will be useful if you have Breaking Ties or something in your deck.
Yeah, I mean, he can attack at the moment, and yes, I don't have a flea bottom, but now I've got extra characters for Breaking Ties, which means I can control Callum's board better.
Yeah, exactly.
Although you did just lose your Winter is Coming, which is sad.
It's sad, but I've probably got the 3rd in hand because, that's how I roll.
Have you got You're not Daisy, alright? You're not that lucky.
I do seem to have Winter is Coming in my hand a lot.
Actually, that's true. You always seem to have it when you're playing me.
Maybe I've got more than 3 in the deck. Who knows?
What are my 4 faceless men?
Yes. Cheater!
Hey, I spotted that before I went into the tournament, so it's fine.
Oh, lucky.
It was.
Ooh. Callum saved the kingdom again.
On summer, okay.
Yeah, so that's
I
can do the military with Bob now and kneel a character out.
I mean, Richard's still got Hodor who can attack.
Yeah, but that's fine. I'll do a military with Bob.
You can intimidate Hodor.
I can intimidate Hodor, worst case.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you get hit by 1 challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think if I was Richard here, I'd probably just let it go unopposed. And then I get 2 challenges back.
Well, but Callum's on 8 power.
You're on 11.
Yeah, but Callum's on 8.
It's a military, it's not a power challenge.
Yeah, but Callum's on 8.
Fine.
And I've got a dupe on Aya, which is a frozen sword.
You don't need that anyway.
So, Bob got loads of renown on him.
Yeah. Lightbringer would have been nice in this game.
Did it get stolen early?
I don't think I've seen it. I've not seen it. So, but yeah, no, Lightbringer on Bob this game would have been
amazing.
Yeah, that could have been 10 power on Bob. I could have got one of the achievements.
Oh no, it was 5. It was 5 power on 1 character and none on your house card.
Oh right, okay.
Because I managed to get that.
You need to start losing some power challenges.
Yeah.
I'm on 14.
You are. See, if you were playing Mace, you'd just win now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why aren't you playing Tyrell, Richard?
I was playing Mace God of 1 on turn 4, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That works out.
I think if you were playing Tyrell, I would have mulliganed just for Melisandre, so I could just play her out and
kill.
And make Richard cry.
So there's still 10 minutes of this game left.
Yeah,
Is
so
there
obviously
gonna be
you're not that close to winning.
An epic turnaround.
Callum's going to screw you up. He's like, yeah, I'm first player. He's like that moment when someone flips Salar and you flip like March or something. He's like, yeah, I'm first player.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll decide.
The only time I'm never sure is still with the riddle into Summer Harvest.
I still get mixed up with that.
Always make sure you're first, if you can.
Right, okay.
just go first. The first player chooses the value of X, so just be first.
Right, that's the one I always get confused over.
just be first and you're okay.
I normally just sit there silently and hope my opponent tells me the answer.
I will tell you if that happens between us to go second. Callum, you need to go second.
I think that something like that happened in one of the games we commentated on. I think it was a game Stefan was playing and someone told him a rule but it was wrong.
Yeah.
That was an older shot.
Was it older shot? Yeah.
Older shot.
And then he did something, and then it didn't work out the way he wanted.
Callum knows, he watches all our videos.
Yeah.
That's because he's a loyal patron, for which we are very grateful, Callum. And to all of our patrons, of course, we must thank all of them. You're all wonderful.
Maybe we should all have them all here to commentate on games where I go 14-8 up against them, so I can laugh in their faces.
It's not, it's not enough to just laugh at them while you're commentating without them here.
We have to mock them in person.
Yeah,
exactly.
Encourage
That's
them to
fair
come
enough.
to the house and then just tease them.
Sorry. Sorry.
Hey,
It's
we
all right.
provided you with McVitie's mini caramel digestive crispies.
Yeah, and a cup of tea.
Which I think actually is possibly what your lovely wife Laura brought on Saturday night, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it was.
Oh no, it wasn't. No, I bought those.
You
Oh
bought
no, it's
these,
fine.
yeah.
I bought these ones.
Yeah, I think
I
Laura
got
definitely
another one
bought some
from
chocolate buttons.
I think they went. What are we laughing at, Richard?
Oh, we've got the combo on Bob now, haven't we?
So I had 3
Is it
characters on the
Lightbringer?
board, mainly because Lewin saved Bran again, and I managed to fall off and favour Summer. So we both ended up with 3 characters on the board, despite the fact the plot was obviously against me. So if there was no Lewin, I would have only had 2.
It worked out very well for you then.
So it worked out well for me.
And I'm loving the fact that your poor little great John, who buggered off earlier because you marched him because he was now... It's back!
He's back.
You run 3.
That's what happens when you run 3. Look at me, I'm leaning back, arms behind my head.
Yeah.
I'm all chill here. I'm like, yeah, what can you do, son?
I'm pretty sure at this point you two are just concerned about the football, right? Is this not the point where you guys
Well, no,
you
because
want to watch footy?
Callum got double Bob going first.
That's true, actually.
So,
are you concerned?
Yes, I am.
Do you think
Although I
Callum's
don't
going
look
to smash
very
you?
concerned at all.
You got like your arms behind your head and everything.
Yeah, I'm chill.
That's your
Because-
concern post, definitely.
Callum's got to do all the thinking. All I can do is react to whatever he does. So there's
That's
no
true.
pressure on me right now.
And we all know I'm not very good at thinking, so
Thinking,
Aww.
there could be some serious mistake coming up soon.
you know what you should do? Eat a little bit of your shirt and you'll feel better.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Or jiggle your legs.
All jiggle my legs, yeah.
He looks like King Rob.
Oh yeah, in the chair.
Head in hand, head on fist, looking all sad.
So what do you look like then? Is that not Ramsey's pose?
Who?
Is that not what Ramsey does, leaning back in?
No, he's just sitting there like, just all a bit surprised and shit, and a little bit smug.
Surprised, shit and smug.
Yeah.
Good combo.
Yeah, you have been plotting your revenge for quite some time now, though, haven't you?
Why would you need to plot his revenge? He always smashes you.
Oh! Didn't we calculate?
Sorry,
we went back to
couldn't
Euros
resist.
and calculated, and wasn't it about 7-7 or something?
Yeah, it was pretty close.
That's just tournament game.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7-7 in tournament games. That's pretty even.
It's just, we always seem to meet each other at a frustrating point where if you lose, you're out at that point.
Yeah, yeah, it is frustrating because invariably, surprisingly, one of us loses.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Ooh, okay. So the military came in from Bob. You've let it go unopposed. Claiming Summer. Oh, you missed your reaction there, Callum.
Yeah.
But,
He
you were
was just
lucky
thinking-
Richard let you have it.
Really? I thought he took the claim.
No, he'd already
Then he
taken-
got the power from Renown because he hadn't done the Intimidate yet.
Yeah. You with
is
it's
he
when you
alright,
gain
was he?
power from
I'll
Lightbringer,
let-
not when
I'll
you
let-
win a
I'll let
challenge.
you off. I'll let you off.
Thanks, Rebecca. You should thank Rebecca for letting
thank
you
you.
off.
Thank you for letting me play by the rules, Rebecca.
You're welcome, Callum. So this is Callum spending about 10 minutes thinking about who to intimidate.
This is important.
Oh no, here we go.
but-
Here we go.
but yeah, probably Great John.
Makes sense, right?
Bran can't do that much. Aya's got stealth, which might have been the main consideration.
I think I'd have been very tempted by Arya. So I don't think you can quite win here anyway, can you, Callum?
No,
Because
I
you
can't
can-
do anything.
Even if it's unopposed, that's still only 3 power. Like Renown, Claim and unopposed.
Exactly.
You need to take some power off my house card.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I need you basically to defend with something so I can intimidate the other icon.
But he's got 3 power icons.
Yeah, so
So all he needs is an unopposed
but
power
I'm
back.
trying to hope Richard makes a mistake here So if I do this power challenge with Bob, if he defends with something...
It's like when you're playing snooker. Sometimes you can't win anymore,
Yeah.
so you have to try and snooker them. So
Exactly. So I get to do this. I can intimidate one of the icons down.
It's got to be Arya, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Richard needs 2 power.
Yeah, so you won't be able to get the unopposed.
Yeah, exactly. So
Nor Dom?
No.
Have we got 2 each?
I think we might have 2 each.
But fiery followers, if you remember it.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, even if you didn't remember it, I'm sure I'd tell him at this stage.
It's
So-
very close here. I mean,
But will Lightbringer
basically,
make a
whoever
difference?
goes first is probably going to win, right?
Probably at this point. You know.
Because you only need 3.
Yeah. So you
The concern is for me is that if I do a military, Bob got renown. If I do a power, Bob got renown. So if I can't get around Bob, you know,
But you've got Arya, that's the thing.
moment
You
I've
just
got
need to go
Arya.
first, stealth Bob.
at the moment I've got Arya. Callum runs milks, you know.
yeah.
That's true. Nightmares.
This is good. Breaking ties. If I can get a green icon, I can sack Hodor to get rid of the fiery followers and then get my unopposed with the green.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So why did you play Here to Serve, Callum? Was it just your highest initiative?
I think so.
Isn't he dead?
I think we do pick it up. I think you say to me in a second, isn't he dead? I can't remember. I don't
Yeah, I
think
think-
it matters anyway.
I think we tasted his flesh.
Yeah.
You did, that was it. Or did you close call him?
I did. I close called.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. But I already, at this point, you know, I remember thinking, Richard, if he draws a intrigue icon, that's game.
Yeah. Or a wolf.
Or a wolf.
Because I can give them the intrigue icon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or flea bottom. So I could bring someone in and then give him an intrigue icon.
And then, yeah, breaking
Is someone not a
ties.
female dog?
No. A wolf.
Wolf.
A wolf who's also loyal.
Yeah.
So it could do a thing.
Yeah, I think...
I mean, I could fuck it up. There are legs. There are lots of legs around watching at this stage.
Yeah. I think everyone's surprised the game's still going at this point. Aren't they?
Well, I think it's because everyone else was already like off playing. Was it the quiz when you guys were playing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
At some
I
point
think so.
during this game, we couldn't hear each other.
Yeah, I think the quiz had begun. We had a team quiz thing going on, and I think most of the players that weren't in the cut were in that. Apart from apparently these 2 people watching your game.
Indeed.
And there you go. That's the game.
Yay! I win!
Well done.
I win! Me! I win! GG,
Are you
Callum.
proud?
Yeah, no.
Am I proud? Yes, I'm very proud. I beat Callum. That makes me feel good
Warm
for
and
now.
Fuzzy inside.
Warm and fuzzy inside. Yeah. But,
Callum's a good player. You know, it's an achievement to beating him.
well, of course. Next time, I might not be so lucky.
Yeah.
Or you might not be so unlucky.
So I would like to point out that Richard makes top 4, but decides to drop out so that he can go and watch the football.
Yeah. And what?
Just saying. Just saying.
We enjoyed the football, didn't we, Callum?
Yeah.
So you destroy Callum and then
We
drop
got
out
some
top
lovely
4 anyway.
seats, and then someone lost our seats.
Yeah,
didn't we,
thanks,
while,
Rebecca.
while we went to the bar,
Do
didn't
well.
we?
So anyway,
So I should have played Isian. He got smashed and then lost in the final. Sorry we don't have footage, but there
we've
it is.
got the top 4.
Have we?
Yes. Fuck's
Shit,
sake.
let's cut that. Cut. Thanks for my loyal followers. They're going to love this. Your mum's going to be so upset. And Alan.